Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two Gems on Mic. I'm your girl LD, and I got my girl, the Diva. What's going on, Tanisha?
Girl, nothing but Christmas shopping. Woo! You know, my daughter is one of those kids that does not ask for much, but when she asks for something, you know you digging deep.
It's the
And
stuff
I'm gonna
that
tell you, man, she got me already. I'm telling you, I don't even want. I'm hiding from her. I'm hiding from her when she come in the house now. I don't know what they doing up there at the schools. They're passing stuff around. I don't know, but I'm hiding from them. But yeah, I'm looking
Christmas
forward to it.
shopping.
Yeah,
Okay,
Christmas.
if they don't have it online, I'm probably not gonna get it, or you ain't gonna get it if I can't order it
What?
online. I'm
That
not
ain't how
going to
that
the
work.
stores.
Yeah, yours
No.
are gone. Yours are gone out the house. That ain't how it worked. Oh, they want to show you. They want to take you there and show you. Then you go in there for one thing, you end up with 28 other items. So
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm
that
good.
yeah, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna
Yeah,
happen. All
yeah.
right, well, good.
Christmas can't
I
get
say
here quick
good.
enough for me.
I say good luck to you, my friend.
All right
All
then.
right. We gonna jump in. Let's talk about FIFA. So that just ended, wrapped up today. Well, the we getting ready
The
to move on
final
to the
match.
finals. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
Argentina beat Croatia and France beat Morocco.
Morocco.
As yeah, what do you think?
I think that Argentina's gonna win it all because I've been super impressed by Messi. I didn't realize this dude. Well, I mean, I should have realized, but I didn't realize he was that good. He when he beat the Netherlands, and I mean, I'm acting like it's a one man team, but basically this guy is on another level, and now I get it, and I think they're gonna win it all. I really do.
I I
As
I
good as
I
he's
I
playing,
I think I think they might pull it off. I like France. I like the guy. I think I'm saying his name right. Mbappe from France. He's very good. Um,
absolutely.
and for us, it's like okay, we don't watch soccer,
Mm-mm.
football, on a regular
Until it,
basis. But I have been so excited for you just have a good match. And last weekend and the prior to that, all the matches that went to extra time and penalty. I mean, you're just like on edge.
no,
You don't even know who you're rooting for. You're just on edge.
I
So
know.
it's just fun.
I still say that that when they tied it up when the Netherlands was playing Argentina, he slicked that ball under there. That's like one of the coolest things I've seen in years. That was like an awesome kick, man. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd be practicing that
some
every day.
yeah, it's some great plays. It's some great plays. So look forward to the finals. You got Argentina, I got France. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll make a little
Right.
side bet. All right, we're gonna
Hey,
jump right in.
you know I'm
Let's
down with
jump
that.
Let's jump into the week 14 recap. We're gonna start with the Jags and Tennessee. Ah,
Yeah. Well, so I don't know if it's the coach. You saw the player snap a couple weeks ago and said that he was just so happy for Trevor because he had to have his old coach last year. Um, dude, Trevor is balling out. He is starting to look like the number one pick.
yeah,
You can see the talent now; it's coming through. Yeah, I think they're gonna be happy with their guy.
yeah,
And he's got good talent on the roster too to work with. You know, they're using it differently than I'm used to seeing, but um, I still don't understand why they haven't got um over from Detroit, Jones Marvin in there doing more. They tend to use kind of the bench a little raggedy for me, but definitely Trevor is doing his thing and he's starting to shine, and I'm telling you, he's gonna be something in a couple years here. They just need to give him
oh
a few
yeah.
more pieces.
I think he just needs a couple more pieces.
Hmm.
Tennessee concerns me more than anything else. It's always there been a team coming out of the AFC South that's always been there, been a contender. Of course, we know them letting Brown go. That's going to bite them for a couple of years
What?
as you see Brown continue to rise with
What?
Philly. Tannehill, how long does he last? You've got that kid that's on the bench. That they drafted Malik. What is it, Malik Willis? You
Mm-hmm. Like
know,
this.
how long does he last? Derrick Henry just has not been Derrick Henry. I mean, he had fumbles. What was it? 2 fumbles last week. He
I
takes
mean,
care of the ball running. I mean, he fumbled the week before. It's like I don't know what's going on in that team. And then when you watch him, I just don't see the energy there either. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with
he
Tennessee.
got
We'll
a lot
see.
on him. He got a lot on him. I mean, they didn't let his guy go. You have a number one like AJ Brown, and then you let him walk out the door. They know it's the running game. So he's got a lot on him. He got a lot more pressure on him. Maybe we seeing that pressure build up on him, and we're starting to see some flaws or whatever.
But they got a guy like Robert Woods, and I don't see him getting the passes that he
Dude, I don't understand that. How does Robert
understand
Woods
that.
get bad? How does he get
Yeah.
bad all of a sudden?
Yeah, I
That's
know he came
crazy
back
to
off an
me.
injury, but even
Dude,
him,
no.
at 85% of what he was last year, still a good player. He's always been that dude. So I'm not sure
Absolutely.
if Tannehill doesn't know or the plays aren't getting called, but we'll see. We'll
And
see
then
how that
Burks keeps
fares.
getting hurt.
Yeah,
Burks is getting hurt left and right. So I mean, really don't have anything out there to be honest, because you let your stuff go through the door. But whatever.
yeah.
But yeah.
Let's talk
So
about.
what my
Go ahead.
team that I
No,
told
not
y'all
yet.
about.
We're gonna get to your team. Okay. We can talk about Dallas and yeah. I mean no. Let's talk about Dallas and Houston. I mean, did that game give you cause for alarm?
Well, of course, being a Dallas Cowboy fan, I'm a little nervous after
Yeah.
we went one and done, last year. But it just seems that they can be really, really on, and then they can be really, really off. And that, yeah, that's scary because it only
What do you see
takes.
the issue was? Like if you're watching that game, what was the issue for you?
I
You
mean,
think they just took them too lightly because it's Houston and won what 10-1 what?
you coming off that kind of crazy high where you went out there and I don't know, maybe pointed yourself out. I don't know what they did, but to see them play that close to Houston, and then also, here's my thing. That's kind of a rivalry in itself because you got the Houston, and then you got Dallas, so they're gonna get up for that game. But the fact that they weren't even playing, I mean, they weren't even playing like anywhere like they could be playing. That scares me. I don't know. Is that like, are they not bringing the energy every week? I'm not sure what's going on. But to see Dave Mills out there looking like a superstar against my Cowboys was quite heartbreaking.
Well,
I
Houston did
mean,
switch quarterbacks. That was something they did have with David
yeah,
Mills. That was his first start. But I just didn't. That's the conversation we always have about Dallas. They can have that letdown. You have that letdown at the wrong time. The
man,
playoffs
who
is
you
not the time to
telling?
have a letdown, so you can wind up one and one, one,
Yeah,
one and done. So
yeah.
we'll see. I'm not sold on Dallas yet, but we'll see. I I'm I know we didn't have it on here to talk about, but yeah, my boys took a whooping too. So
Yeah,
we'll let that go.
I wasn't even gonna do that to you. That
Yeah,
that
it
was,
was bad.
I wasn't gonna
Let's
cut
talk.
your throat.
Let's talk about Detroit and the Vikings. Our team. This is our team. I
This is
call
the
them
team
our
we,
team. This
yeah.
is. I might even buy a Detroit T-shirt or something because I've been pushing them, and you have also since last year.
No, ma'am. I won't be buying no Detroit nothing.
I buy a
No,
Detroit
ma'am.
T-shirt just for
No,
fun.
ma'am.
I'm
No,
not
ma'am. I
saying
won't
that's
be
my
doing that.
team. I'm not saying that's my team. I like this team. I
I
like
like
it.
them.
This is a team I could cheer for. This is a team I
I
could cheer for.
I'm gonna tell you. I like that whole underdog. Nobody believed them. I've always been a golf. I think golf was treated pretty poorly. You know what I mean? Went to a Super Bowl and then act like he didn't do it, like he didn't go. I mean, I thought so. I was rooting for golf this whole time, and you know that. And I told you that golf was a lot better than what people thought. And I don't know. I think it's his attitude is always positive. I remember when they kicked him up out of LA. He came back and he said, "I'm happy to be somewhere where they want me." So I felt like he had been feeling a lot of pressure and being unhappy for a long time. For him to get in there with that team and get that team believing the way they're believing, that's good leadership on his part. And I believe they got several good leaders on that team. Even Jamal Williams. I saw him give a quick little pep talk before the game. Dude was almost in tears, man. He cracked.
I
His
think
voice cracked.
the true leader, we can say golf or whatever. If you watch the game, I think the true leader of that team is the coach. The coach, they
Really?
have taken the culture, they have fed off of the coach and what he believes in. I think they have a good defense. They did some good drafts or whatever. So it's a team effort.
Oh, they're gonna get
Not
better.
just Goff. He's got the receivers. They're going to continue to get better. I believed in this team last year, even when they were winning
I did
games
too.
that were just barely losing games. And this year now they're turning around and out of 5 out of 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
They've won those games. So it's a team to watch. They are actually in the hunt for the playoffs. And
I
at
know.
1-6, yes, 1-6, nobody thought they would ever be there. So I really, really liked it. I watched the interview with the coach, and he was like paying attention. That they had started doing the wave in the stadium, and he said he was
Mm-hmm.
so mesmerized by them doing the wave. Then all of a sudden, he realized the coach had called a passing play, and he was like, "What the?" Whatever you called it, play. He said eventually it worked out, but he was so distracted. He's a
Yeah.
funny guy. He's so down to earth. I like him, and I think that's the players like him, and they rally around him. Let's Let's jump over to what we got next. The Chiefs and the San Francisco and Tampa Bay. That was a stomping.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
was that. I mean,
Yeah.
Purdy came out and did it again. He's a little injured, but that
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay just looked like
Well,
I don't know what they look like.
I'm convinced that the moment is not too big for Purdy.
No,
Purdy is doing very well. The whole time they kept on trying to frame it that he was playing against the GOAT, but you and I have had that conversation. Quarterbacks don't play against each other.
right.
You know what I mean? But they made him look bad. But that defense, man, that defense,
That deep
dude,
and that offense, not even
that
just the
defense
defense
is
anymore. The
scary,
offense,
dude.
it is. The defense is scary, but that offense is clicking. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
Christian McCaffrey has made a change. Debo will be back. That's a good thing. His injury was not season
yeah.
ending,
Thank
but
goodness.
he'll
Oh
be
man.
back. They played a good game even without him in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that says a lot for that team. I think they've been coached well. It's a different team, different mentality. So I I don't know. I don't know. That in it, well, even though we got all these other teams, vying for this NFC, that's a team to watch.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a team to watch.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'd
With
love to see
Purdy.
a 49ers Philly NFC championship, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All
I'll go
right.
see the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Um,
that ain't coming out of my mouth. Kansas City, Denver, a sloppy game.
horrible. Just hard. It
It
was
was
hard to watch.
Yeah,
It really
it
was.
was.
It was
It was
hard to
the
watch.
bright side of it, the running that was done. McKinnon, I thought he did a great job of running.
Two
Pacheco did his
touchdowns.
job running, so I think they look good. Kelsey had a couple of drop passes. He ain't back yet. I don't know what's going on there. And then of course the interceptions with Pat. He'll tell you
Yeah.
they were stupid. I just didn't understand it. So you're winning
Me either.
27-0, and you just start throwing the ball around.
Throwing the
It's the
ball.
coach's decision to run the ball. The running game wasn't bad. Run the ball. So to
Yeah, I
me
don't
it was just
understand that. I don't understand that. I mean, for what reason exactly? I mean, you got Pacheco. He run like he angry. McKinnon's
every
doing well.
time.
I mean, every run. I love that kid. Love his energy out there on the field. He's going to have to come down a little bit, but
Yeah, because I'm like, dude, save some of
yeah,
that. Like the
yeah.
run is
He
over and you
hyped.
still running. Yeah, he's
Oh
hyped
yeah,
up.
oh
He's
yeah,
hyped up.
yeah.
They got to
I'm
figure
waiting
out how to
for him to
channel
break
that.
down and do.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for
channel
him to
that
break
energy.
down and do push-ups and jumping jacks in between plays. I mean,
Yeah.
dude is hype, but I love it. He's taking every advantage of the opportunity with CEH out, which hopefully we'll get back here soon. And
What do
because
you bring him? Well,
it was
now that you
four
brought that
games.
up,
It was 4 games.
but do you
He's on
bring him
IR.
back in the mix, or do you go with what's working? How do you
No,
how do you integrate him back into that game? Does
oh, a
that mess
healthy
up your
C.
chemistry?
Nah, healthy CEH is gonna be he's going back. I mean, they're gonna mix it up. They had a game or two where they had them all in there, and it looked like it was a pretty
Mm-hmm.
good little strategy they had going on there. And I liked it. I like that game. So I'm hoping that CH comes back, but he can make sure he's healthy because the 1 and 2 games at a time. Make sure he's healthy. Give the man a chance to heal and and get back healthy. And I think it'll be a nice mix. I mean,
Okay.
we missing McCole, obviously McCole
I
Hardman.
You know how I feel. I
We're
felt
missing.
about we went back and forth about it, but you know how I felt about McCole last year.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
then now
Towards the end, and now, yeah, it's
he's that dude.
absolutely You can absolutely see that they miss McCole, and then of course Kadarius Toney. We only got a small sample size, but hopefully, if he can pull a Sammy Watkins and help us out in the playoffs. I'll take it
I just
all
haven't
day long.
seen. I saw what he could do in college.
Mm-hmm.
I saw glimpses of what he could do when he was with the Giants. I just
Yes.
haven't seen a full body of work from him. And if he
Mhm.
can carry over what he did in college and what we've seen that he's capable of doing, and that yeah, he's an
Mhm.
asset. I would not put my eggs in that basket right now
Thanks a lot.
because of the health issues and the hamstring issues.
Yeah.
All right. So the other game that was troubling because I've been kind of on this is Miami. We got the Dolphins against the Chargers. Now Herbert looked
Yeah.
good.
Oh
Herbert
yeah.
looked damn good.
Yeah.
He was hitting some of everybody.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the thought that people were starting to doubt Herbert's ability is kind of crazy to me. I
Yeah.
mean, you and I didn't. I mean, we knew
No.
we've been defenders of Herbert, but just seeing people say stuff out the side of their neck, I'm like, dude, this is Herbert. Herbert is fine. He'll be fine. He's playing with scraps because every
And
other
then
week
he's getting his guys back.
and that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Now he getting his dudes back. I mean, and I don't mean scraps in a bad way. I mean as in scraps in the third and the fourth strings, probably some practice squad too. So literally, you know, he looks it looks the way it's supposed to look when you got Williams and Keenan Allen in the game. You know what I'm saying?
And he may
And
be
that's
healing better too because I believe he was hurt. I really believe he was seriously
oh,
injured from the Kansas City game and he played through all that. So
I
toughness for
think
a
he had
guy.
a rib. I think he had at least one or two cracked ribs he was
Mhm.
working with. They might have been slightly cracked, but he was hurt. That dude was in pain. And to see him play through that, that just shows, you know, that's another thing too. You know, that's the toughness of, you know, they know they go to battle with him because he'll go to battle with them. So,
Yep.
yeah,
He was tough.
that was awesome.
On the flip side, I think the defense just I mean, Tua didn't have chance. Tua didn't have time to throw the ball. So they were
Dude,
all over him. I mean, it was like he
they got
stepped back, stepped to the side, or whatever. It's just Waddle didn't get a catch, I think, until the fourth quarter.
dude. They got their defense to get after them quarterbacks, mainly Patrick. And they were and believe me, that defense gets after Bosa. And
He
then you
wasn't even
got
in, but Bosa ain't even back yet.
but that's what I'm
Bosa ain't
trying to
been,
tell you. That
yeah.
defense was meant to get after people. And if heaven forbid if they sneak up in here, get a wild card spot or something, I'm gonna throw up in my mouth because I don't know. That's
They
trouble
could
to me.
they could cause problems for quite a few of those teams that'll
That's
be
what I'm trying to
ahead of
tell you.
them because they're getting healthy, they're clicking, the confidence is there. I mean, and like I said, I never doubted Herbert. I just thought Herbert was hurt.
Oh, I ain't never
So,
doubted Herbert ever.
the coach, his brain is over there. I don't, I'm not a fan of his, but
You don't like the way
he's
he
gonna go.
play.
For it. I,
That's what I'm saying. You
I,
don't like this
I,
style.
I,
Going
I
for it
don't
every
like the
time.
style. I just think it's he's kind of arrogant, but that's on me. Like, oh, but it could have bit him a couple of times because they didn't get it. Miami got the stops, but they overcame. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. What
So what are
happens
you
there.
thinking going on with Miami though? With Tua?
I don't know. I don't know if people have it figured out or if they figured let's get to Tua because if we get to him, he doesn't have time. If Tua's sitting in there, anybody you saw it with. I mean, you take any good quarterback, the ones we just talked about, Herbert.
Yeah.
You talk about Herbert. You talk about Allen. Hell, you could throw my guy in there, but you talk about Hurts. Any of those guys, if you give them time to throw, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
find their receivers.
They
If
are.
you give Tua time to throw, he's gonna find with that speed. He's gonna find Tyreek and he's gonna find Waddle.
Wow. Yeah.
But they weren't giving him the time.
Oh
He's
no, because
smaller.
like I said, his left tackle, his right tackle. We'll see when he gets one of them back. We'll see.
Yeah.
See
And he
see a
didn't
health.
have that because it was
No.
right away. And some guys were just coming at him up the middle or whatever. So it was like right away. So he needs that time. Tua's not that guy that's
Just
going to throw
scramble.
on the fly.
Yeah.
He's not the guy to
Yeah.
scramble and throw on he's got to step back or he steps up in the pocket, throws the ball. So I haven't seen him throwing a lot
Yeah.
on the
He needs
scramble.
to
And those guys
step
are usually
into his
gone.
throws.
Yeah.
Tua's one of those guys who's
Because it was a
really got to
couple.
step into his throw.
Absolutely, because it was a couple that was short. The guys were open. It was a couple that
Mm-hmm.
was short. And it was a couple that was just way off. So,
Yeah.
everybody has a bad day. So that could have been his bad
Oh,
day.
and that, yeah. One
Yep.
offs all the time. All
Yep.
right.
Yep.
So who else we have?
Oh, that's
we got
it. That's
going?
all we cover. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back, give our week 15 predictions. We'll be right
Absolutely.
back after this break.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be right. Hey,
Welcome back.
we
What's going
back,
on?
baby. All right,
Right.
so we got to do something new. We got to start keeping up. At the beginning, this time next year, we're gonna keep up these predictions and who is actually the most knowledgeable. We're gonna have to do some kind of award or something
Oh,
because
we come back and do our.
I get
We can
tired of
go
being
back.
right all the time and not
No, we can go
getting
back
my
and look at
credit
our
for it.
show. We can go back and look at the show, the preseason show, and see what happened
Mm-hmm.
and what everybody predicted. We'll bring it back up because we had a
All
couple
right,
of people on that show. We could talk about it, and we can even bring them folks back and talk about what they predicted and where we are now.
exactly. All right.
Because I know everybody had my Giants at the bottom, but we'll see. Let's jump right in. Let's
I
let's
know
let's
I
go with
did.
our predictions. We got the 49ers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
49ers and the
the-
Seahawks.
Look at Darren, the producer. No, Darren, it's not you. The 49ers versus Seattle. That's the Thursday night game. Who you got in this game?
Seattle.
Really? The way they've been
Yeah,
playing?
yeah, I got Seattle.
The way
I
they've been
got,
playing and
I
going
got,
up against that defense.
I
Tell me
got
why.
Seattle.
Tell me why.
All right, so the truth is I figured Purdy been
Truth
playing
be
pretty dog.
told.
Yeah, he been playing pretty good, but he do to have a game. I'm going. This is all off instinct here. I'm
Hmm.
going on the fact that he do to have a game that just don't look that great, and I think it's
Okay.
gonna be against Seattle, and I
Okay.
think it's time for Metcalf and Lockett to have a true uh equally good game. And I think it's going to be against the 49ers because Gino is not the type of person that can scramble. It won't be as easy to get to Gino. Gino can run when he have to, and that arm is great, and he knows his guys. So I think it's a good chance that we see Gino get some good ground yards here. It may look different, it may look weird, but I think they're gonna pull it off.
Okay.
And that I
I'm
might have to
I'm
bet that.
skeptical. I'm
I might have to bet
skeptical
that.
because of their losses. I got them losing to the Bucks. I got them losing to the Raiders, and I have them losing to the Panthers. That worries me about Gino and company.
Anybody can have 3 losses. Anybody can
Yeah, but
have a
I
bad
mean
day.
your statement about Gino ain't gonna do this, Gino gonna do that. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the league.
Mhm.
The offense, let's forget about the offense. You're going up against
Yeah.
one of the best defenses in the league. And
Mhm.
Gino has not been playing well to late. So I don't know. Yeah, he's got to really
Well,
turn it around. And this is a big division game, right?
well,
Big
well. Here's the
division
problem
conference game.
too. Gino
Hmm.
is in an odd position because he keeps losing his running backs. They don't have the running backs that they need. I mean, they lost the first string running back. Then we had the Walker. Now he's hurt. They're losing their running backs. I think I don't even know who. I think the guy was I can't even think
I
remember
can't
what
think of his name either.
yeah, I
I
can't think
get
his
what you're
name.
saying. That's why I question your pick to say you
Well,
don't have a solid running back. You don't have a
well,
solid
the
running
guys in
game or proven running game.
I didn't think the guy was there. I didn't think the guy was that horrible. I think they just need more time to come up with a better game plan.
Yeah.
What,
I know.
what,
I'm not saying. I'm not saying. I'm actually not saying. I'm going with San Francisco. I'm just questioning your rationale behind going with them based on what you just said. Those things that are missing, that you think they can overcome those this week against a team, in my eyes, that's better than the
like
Carolina
I said,
Panthers.
I'm banking on the fact that Purdy is not going to keep looking like the first string quarterback the whole time. He gonna run up on something. Pete Carroll might throw something in that he not used to seeing. They
Okay.
got a good defense, so I'm going off gut here, and I'm saying that I think Seattle go in there and shock somebody today.
Okay.
Shock
I
somebody
wouldn't call it a shock. If they win, they win. I mean, it's close there. I thought the shocker was to me last week them
Yeah, it
losing to
was.
Carolina at
It was
home.
a
So
shocker.
yeah, that was a shocker to me. So I don't know,
But
but
they yeah, that was a shocker. But Sam Darnold is not as bad as people think he is.
no, but Sam Darnold's only one person on that team, and
Or
I haven't seen anybody that's like a highlight reel from that team all
I
year.
mean,
But
somebody gonna rescue DJ Moore, hopefully. Poor
okay,
baby. He over there by himself. Um,
all right,
so
we
what you
got
got?
Miami and Buffalo Saturday night. I don't
Mm.
know. I right now, if I had to put my money, I'm putting my money on Buffalo. Buffalo been winning. They've been playing a little more consistent. Miami's trending in the other direction. This game is up in Buffalo. So,
But this is gonna be a game where this is gonna. Hopefully Tua gets some. If Tua's in the same position he was without without a left tackle, he in trouble. It's about to get up. It's gonna look bad. But if he can get a little bit of time to throw the ball, I think they get up for that game. That's a game you might see Tyreek, have 200, 200 yards or something. I mean, they gonna get up for that game. I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna go with Miami. I'm not gonna shut
Okay.
Miami out. I'm
Okay.
gonna go with
I
Miami.
just don't think Miami. Yeah, me personally, I don't think Miami has the way they've been playing and the way they've been trending, and even games that they've won, they have not won them convincingly to me. Where it's like, um, you know, and then playing in that kind of weather, I don't know what they can do.
Well, Buffalo
So
don't scare.
you got
Buffalo
snow.
not scaring people no more. To me,
Um,
they're vulnerable. They're vulnerable. They
every
can be
team,
beat.
every team is vulnerable. Hell, the Chiefs ain't
Exactly.
scaring nobody,
Oh,
right?
Lord knows they ain't scaring nobody.
Right. So ain't
Nah,
nobody scaring
nah, ain't
anybody. I don't think
nobody.
anybody.
Nah,
I think people
nah.
have more respect. Dallas ain't scaring nobody. Teams have respect. These are NFL teams, so they're all respected. I don't think it's a matter of fear. It's just a matter of how teams are playing. And
Yeah.
Buffalo is
They're
playing.
just
They're playing pretty good right now because ain't
all
nobody
right.
scared of nobody. Detroit proved that last week when they beat the Vikings. So other teams, you need to be scared. These teams are
I'm
loose.
going with
So we
Miami.
got Detroit. Speaking of Detroit, all right,
Cheetah, baby.
okay. Speaking of Detroit, we got Detroit versus the Jets. Excuse me.
Detroit.
Detroit is playing
Detroit.
the Jets. You going with
Detroit.
Detroit? Yeah, I don't.
Absolutely.
I'm with you on this one, and I'm going with the Jets. And the reason I'm going with the Jets is because the loss that they just suffered to Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
If White, his little riblets are tore up too.
That's
So
what I'm
if his
trying to tell
ribs
you.
are good, and I think even if they have to, because he's QB2, if Wilson has to come in the game, he gonna play with some sense. He gonna play with a sense of purpose and all that because he wants to get that job back.
Is
So
Zach
he's
QB2 this
QB2.
time?
Yes, he's QB2.
Because Flacco looked like he needed Geritol last week.
He's
I'm
QB2.
just
So
saying.
we're not going with Flacco. We going with him. So I would say I'm leaning towards the Jets. I'm leaning
Okay.
towards the Jets. Jets ain't ready to bow out yet.
Well, I'm going with
What you got?
Detroit. I'm
Okay.
going with Detroit. They ain't even that was an easy call for me on that one.
Okay.
I really am. Plus they
All
got
right.
they got Williams back, so we gonna see some of him
Okay.
coming in the form. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. What else we got?
Dallas and Jacksonville.
Whew. Dallas.
I'm gonna go
Is
with
well
Dallas also. I mean, Jacksonville's up. Jacksonville have a good game here, lose a game there, whatever. I like their coach, good coach,
mm-hmm.
old Philly coach, won the Super Bowl. Smart guy, he has confidence in that team. They're looking good. Trevor, I don't think Trevor ever had an issue with his confidence. I don't think he cares who he's playing. He's gonna
No.
play. But yeah, I'm gonna give Dallas the edge. It's
Mm-hmm.
not an impressive edge, but I'm gonna give him the edge.
They'll bounce back this week. They'll bounce back and look just like Dallas this week. They're not
And what
going.
is
They're not.
that? What is
They
that? What is that? What is
No
looking like
ma'am.
Dallas?
No ma'am.
Yeah,
Unnecessary
go ahead.
roughness.
Because
You're not gonna do
what he
that.
said, what is looking
You're not
like
gonna do
Dallas?
that.
Dallas ain't look
No.
like what have they looked like all year? No, that's
The
a serious question.
the
What is
looking
Dallas?
like
They look like the Dallas that you want them to
look at
be?
looking like the force that we know that they are. How about them
Oh,
apples?
and that who knows that they are? Because they haven't
That
shown it.
we
Who
know.
knows that they
Them
are?
Cowboy fans.
Okay. You lost to Green Bay.
Unnecessary.
You
We're not
damn
gonna
near
do that.
lost to Houston.
Didn't
No,
y'all
I'm
just
I'm
get
saying.
mugged? Didn't
I'm
y'all
saying
just get
yes, we
mugged last?
did.
All right, don't be
We
talking
did.
about our
Let's talk
losses when
about
y'all
that. We're gonna talk
taking
about that
when
next.
y'all getting
I'm
out
asking you
strung
a
out.
legitimate question because you go into hate mode as soon as I ask you a question, and you can ask me a question about the Giants. I'm
Okay.
asking you really see Dallas as that force consistently throughout this year. You've seen them as that force to be reckoned with,
Dude,
and you can say that with a straight face.
I've seen enough from Dallas to know that when they are playing, when they got it
That's
together.
anybody.
Well,
Don't say
listen.
when they are playing. Are they playing consistently?
No. You know they're not playing consistently because we just
Okay,
talked
then
about the
that's
Houston game.
you answer my question.
But so
You
what?
answer my
Most teams
question.
aren't playing consistently. I mean, you just talked about Miami, but Miami is good. We just talked about, I mean, teams have bad weeks. They're no different. But they gonna win this game.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't said they weren't
Gonna
going to
win
win this game. I just said myself that they were going to win the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I asked you a specific question,
And I just
which you
told
went
you.
into hate mode as you always
Well, you
do
know
because
I
you
do. You gonna start. You
deflected
gonna
to
get
the
off. Yeah,
Giants.
you gonna get off them
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Okay, we
We
can talk about the
move around.
Giants now. The
No,
Giants
that's not.
versus
We don't have to talk
the
about them. Y'all got
let's
killed.
talk about the Giants versus the Commanders, or as Tony would say, the Commandos. Sunday Night Football here
I'm
in
trying to
Washington.
think. I'm trying to think. Y'all gonna win that game.
Yeah, I have us winning too. I think we
Y'all gonna
played
win.
horrible. I think we gave away the game the last time, and I don't say it just because I'm a Giants fan. We had so many opportunities to win that game. It was like, what's going on? I know we're injured. We got people that are out,
Yeah, but
whatever. Them excuses are gone. We've been living like that all year long. It's like
yeah,
this is a must-win game. They've been amping up Heineke. He's the next
yeah.
coming of whatever. Wentz is back. I don't care who plays. We should win that game. Excuse me, Washington is a good team.
hmm
However, I think we have the edge on them, and we just have not. You talk about
I'm.
inconsistencies.
I think y'all got the better quarterback, and it's gonna show. I don't. I
Well,
mean, I know everybody loves Taylor Heineke, and he brings so much fire and all that stuff, but y'all got a much better quarterback than Taylor
I'm
Heineke.
concerned. I'm gonna tell you, what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about coaching because I feel like these last 3 games, he's coached differently.
Really,
He's coached not to. Yeah, he's not
you was
horrible.
a big
It's almost
component
like
of
we're
Dayball.
coaching.
You
I'm.
love
I'm.
Dayball.
I still like him. I do. I do. I just think it seemed like in the game prior to, and for escapes me, we played not to lose.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
play to win. So I don't know if
yeah,
it's him or the offensive coordinator. When we played against Washington, it was first and I don't know, 1st and 10, we were in the red zone. You throw the ball 3 times?
yeah.
No. You got
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley.
You guys, what I'm about to say, y'all got Saquon Barkley. I'm still
Run the ball at
confused.
least once. You
Maybe
throw
we
it and
don't
you
know
take
something.
no time off the clock. You let them get it back and get in the game. It was almost like, what are
Yep.
you trying to do? Everybody's like, oh, he's trying to win. No, win. You can
No.
win another way. So we'll see. But I got them Sunday night. We'll see what happens.
All right. All right. I definitely got the Giants.
Okay, let's jump into some news because there's been some funky things going on. Um,
Man, Kyler.
Kyler Murray. I watched the game. I was excited to watch that game. Let's see what's going on. We have been talking about it because we were like, they got some
Yeah.
receivers. They got Green. He's not hitting Green. He's
Dude, he
got
got he got a squad over there.
Robbie Anderson. He's got this.
DeAndre
Of course, he's got
Hopkins.
D Hop, and it's not happening. What's going
Mm-mm.
on? And then what? 3 plays in, he goes down.
Yeah, a
And I've been
non-contact
giving him a
too.
lot of heat too. Yeah. So torn
Non-contact.
ACL. He's out for the season.
But dude,
That's tough.
Colt got out there and just looked god awful. I mean, maybe I don't know. Colt normally doesn't look like that. He looked horrible. I
Well,
mean,
why they stopped running the ball? James Conner wasn't doing bad. I don't know why they stopped running the ball. He was running the ball
I
pretty
don't,
well, mix it up. But then you got
I
Colt
don't know.
McCoy. He couldn't even reach. Like he threw. Hopkins was open. I know the guy came up on him, but he wasn't even anywhere near. He just looked horrible. He couldn't
He
move.
looked
It's
nervous.
like they got to get something else if they're gonna ride out the rest of the season. If you're trying to ride out the rest of the
I
season
mean,
with Colt McCoy,
I think Colt is capable. Like I said, that was a bad game for him. He doesn't normally look like that. So I'm hoping
I don't
with
know if
the
he just
week.
wasn't prepared, but
I'm saying I'm
normally,
hoping with the week
yeah,
now, getting more snaps, getting in the same, getting on in rhythm with his receivers, and then it's gonna be people like Robbie Anderson because that's who Colt McCoy been throwing the ball to. The receivers are probably gonna change up a little
well,
bit.
he
They're gonna
threw
have
him
to put.
two and then decided not to throw it to him anymore.
Yeah,
He
I
threw
don't
him
know.
two. He caught a nice one. It
I
was
don't
like,
understand what Cliff is doing anyway with Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson can ball.
well,
I don't know why he's had him on the sideline. I mean, they got the kid Dortch. I mean, he was doing good at one time. It's just like when B Hop got back, they just forgot everybody. They started throwing the ball weird, not throwing it to people. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. That team is too good. You talking about AJ Green? You talking about B Hop? Dortch? You got Robbie Anderson. It's too many good people on that team for them to have that record. And
yeah,
we're gonna
I
talk
agree.
about coaches on the hot seat in a little bit. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
horrible.
Mike Boone, running back, out
Mm-mm.
for the season.
Yeah, from Denver. Yeah, he's gone because he's on IR. He's only 4 games left, so he can't come back. So the season's out. He's done.
Yeah. So you got him going out, and you got Russ out at least
Oh
one
man,
game. Two.
did
That
you
looked
see
bad.
that?
That hit looked
Did you
really
see it?
bad.
Oh
Yeah, and
Lord,
then the camera zoomed in on it. I was like, man, move the cameras, move the cameras.
we
Um,
that now
yeah,
though for a reason.
you hate to see anybody go down. What I like was the way Russ was playing, and putting it
Hmm.
on the line. Putting it on the line for the team. So the way he went
Oh yeah,
out there, so it was just a little tough to
hope
see
he
him go out like that. But
got a little bit more respect than they've been giving him here lately. I think he
yeah,
played
and I
really
think the
hard.
fans appreciate. Yeah, I think the fans
Yeah,
appreciated that too because he made some
yeah,
sacrifices there. That
sure did.
it was a little more. It was a little more Russ. So a little more rust.
A little bit
So
of
I like
rust.
that. So, hopefully he gets better. Can come back and finish out the season.
Okay.
Now, the
I,
OBJ watch.
yeah.
I
So,
see. So we had Buffalo, the Giants, and Dallas. Those were supposed to be the top three,
mm-hmm.
right? For him.
Three.
Dallas picks up T.Y.
T.Y.
Hilton.
Hilton. Mm-hmm.
Buffalo resigns Cole
Little
Beasley,
man.
who came back
Cole
out of
Beasley. Yeah.
came back out of retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So the Giants are the only one left. Giants, let's be honest. I want them to win some more games. Giants are not winning the Super Bowl this year, right? Not even a crazy playoff contender to hurt. They may upset somebody in the playoffs if they make it that far. We got to get to the playoffs the way things are going. Where does that leave OBJ? What do you think? What do you think is going on there? Because he did make a comment too. One other thing that he wasn't trying to play regular season. He just wanted to play playoffs.
Maybe that's what maybe that's he feels like that's gonna be the best for his situation. I mean, he probably doesn't want to come back too soon when he's released from able to go, because he got hurt 2 years in a row, same thing. So he's probably a little timid about that. Less games, if I can get in, give me some playoff, mess around, get some of that playoff money, win me maybe win a Super Bowl, hop on a team. It looks like they about to go. And I got that done for hardly anything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. But there's other things, there's other when you think about where he could potentially go, and
Hmm.
with the way that things are turning out, that some of the teams and the needs for those teams. I mean, even though the Bucks are in first place in their division, imagine if he goes there. You
He
know
can
what I'm
go to
saying?
Bucks. I just don't see the Bucks doing anything. I don't see them. I
They
see
got,
him.
but all that talent,
I think if he went to
Evans,
the 49ers, he'd
Godwin,
make more of an impact. I think if
Juju.
49ers or if he went to the
I mean Juju.
Seahawks.
Not no damn Juju.
No,
You
I'm
know what I'm
not
talking about.
convinced. I'm not sold
Julio.
on. I'm not sold on the Bucks. If he went to the 49ers, I think more of an impact. If he went to, you don't even want him to go to Dolphins. That's crazy.
Yeah, if he goes to
The
Dolphins, that's
Jets.
trouble.
Even if he went to the Jets, that's an impact. And if he went to Seattle, that's more of an impact. You put another guy like that coming across the middle or whatever.
Chiefs.
I think that's more of an impact.
Chiefs
The
too.
Chiefs got so much. They just need to call the right plays. Chiefs got
Man,
enough.
but everybody hurt.
You
You
got
don't do no
Hardman. You
good.
got yeah, but what
Hard,
are you gonna do? Bring them back? You're not gonna
Kadoni,
sign Odell for 3 years.
Kadarius Tony hurt.
Yeah, but are you gonna sign Odell for 3 years
Nobody signed him for 3 years when he wanted to just play the playoffs. That's out.
this year? He
I
just
know what
wants
I'm
to play the
saying.
playoffs this year.
Yeah, that's out though. That's what I'm trying to
Somebody
tell
will
you.
sign him. If they don't sign him this year, somebody will
They
sign
won't
him. He'll
sign him
get a
for
two,
a
3 year
long term
contract.
deal.
I think
No,
3 years. He ain't gonna sign unless it's more. You don't think
okay.
he'll get a 3 year deal with
No, no,
somebody?
not no, no, no.
So
They'll
watch
give
the
him a.
Chiefs give him a 3 year deal.
Well, I don't know. I don't
All
know.
right.
But
So
the
we
Cowboy, I
who
don't
what
think
coaches
Cowboys gonna give. I don't
what
think
coaches you
Cowboys are
think we got
interested
on
in him.
the hot seat?
Um, I would
These some
say Cliff. I would say Cliff Kingsbury, but they signed an extension with him and he is the same agent as Kyler Murray. They both signed both of them to extensions, and his team was literally injured, or I don't even know what to say.
I think Cliff is on the
He
hot
didn't
seat.
have B Hop for 6 due to the steroids. He loses Ertz. I just think he gets another year.
I don't know. I wouldn't me GM. I wouldn't give him another year. I think that he
You
has no
cut him.
control of what's going on the sidelines. I've seen them arguing, yelling at each other, and he's just like he's lost. So I don't know if
Watch
he
it.
gets another year. He had 1 year, one good year with him. Last year it was like, what are
Hmm.
you doing? This year it's like even more of what are you doing? Games that could have been won even with people out. My other person is Nathaniel Hackett from Denver.
Yeah, he need to
Do
go.
you ride that out or do you say,
Mm-mm.
okay, I need to let this go
No,
now?
no. He no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
He
No.
just, I know
He
everybody
is
put it on
gone.
Russ because that's the face of the team.
He is
Russ,
gone.
Russ, Russ. But this dude, from day one, from game one, it was like now you letting Russ loose or so much pressure that people
Yeah.
like just letting him loose. Now he's hurt. But if you had
No.
been doing these things, then the team would have. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I
Yeah, he
think
won't.
he's
He
on
don't
my
even.
list.
He don't even know how to manage the clock. He gone.
Now,
He's gone.
Steve
I think he's done. One and done.
Steve Wilkes, interim coach at Carolina. I don't know if they give him a shot. His team was
Nah.
in. It wasn't even his team. They were in disarray. Do you give him a shot, or does he get screwed again like he did in Arizona?
It gets. I mean, well, he's just an interim coach. I mean,
Yeah,
so he really not getting just. That's not unusual, for
yeah,
we just saw it in Oakland. That's not unusual for a coach
true.
to step up and then they, don't get the. So I
No,
think
so
they
I
go
say,
in and
so you don't think he gets the opportunity? I
nah.
think he's a good coach. I think they screwed him in Arizona, and then brought
Hmm.
in Cliff, and now look what you got. And I think if Steve
Hmm.
had stayed, he didn't have anybody. Wilkes did not have the people that Cliff Kingsbury walked in with a Heisman winner, all that other stuff,
Hmm.
and he didn't have that. And then you put it on. So, and
And
the one name, go ahead.
no, I'm wondering is he a player type of coach though? And the reason why I say that is because um he had that little spat with Robbie Anderson, and then they shipped him like the next day. They was like
Well,
out.
it
He
could have been
seemed like
something that was
he
going
he
on.
he
He
seemed a
ain't
little
got
no
time.
nonsense.
Yeah, I think he's a no nonsense coach. He always has that look on the sideline that he's a no nonsense coach, and I think there's some accountability there. And that may be an issue. A lot of people don't want that, but the other coaches do, and players should want that. Hope be held accountable for stuff. So if you got a coach that just gonna let you, then that's one thing I think is an issue with Cliff Kingsbury. Ain't no accountability.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're afraid to say something. You can't be afraid to say something to your player. The one coach's name I heard thrown around this week, which I was like, people, are you really serious? Like Mike Tomlin. I think the only way Mike Tomlin goes is if he decides to resign. Mike Tomlin's been there all those years and has not had a losing season. This year, with the
Mm.
turmoil, with the young man that passed away, Dwayne Haskins, all that stuff that they've had, um, you know, issues there. So I think he hangs around.
And that's just dumb. I mean, you do not fire a guy. That's not the Steeler way anyway. Steelers don't do that. They, like you said, what you probably count on one hand the amount of coaches they don't have reached. They don't do that kind of stuff. Mike Tomlin has
Right.
nothing to worry about. He's gonna be there to develop their pick and to help that kid get going. I'm not worried about Mike Tomlin. He's not on hot seat as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
No.
All right, let's do some quick closing thoughts, and those closing thoughts are going to be on a couple of one. Let's start off with this coach. I think it's ridiculous of the things that he's being accused of, and not ridiculous that he's being accused of. I'm saying that the stuff that he's done.
That he's
I think
done.
that's a yeah. I think they did the right thing. Texas by suspending him, letting him go. Do what you got to do. Do your investigation because it sounds like it's some real stuff there. Um, in sadder news, the passing of Mike Leach.
You
I
just want
mean,
to
we
say
heard about
Leach.
it. Yeah, that he was, a 21-year record of what, 158 and 107.
Yep.
Apparently a well-liked guy. A lot of people had
Mm-hmm.
good things to say to him. So, prayers out to him and his family.
Mm-hmm.
Sad to see that he's touched a lot of
Sad.
lives. What's the craziest thing you saw this week, Tanisha?
Man, it's this kid named Jeremiah Johnson. Dude, he's basically breaking the internet. I mean, he just won, I think, what is it, the youth national championship that they had down in Miami.
Yeah, there's his picture.
The kid, what? Dude, he's got a tattoo and a mustache. He looked 40. I
And
mean,
he's
I'm
12
proud.
years old.
He's 12 years old. Crazy. That is crazy to me. That does not look like a 12-year-old. And it's
No,
funny because Tyreek said something. Tyreek was like, if that kid is 12, my son is not playing football because they are
I
built
know.
differently. They are built differently. I mean, look at that kid. And then who
But
who lets a 12-year-old get a tattoo? I hope that's a fake tattoo, man. I
it
hope that's
could be,
fake.
but we went back to the picture too. We had like Andy Reid. Andy Reid.
Dude,
Remember Andy Reid was like 6 foot
Lord,
something
when he was doing
compared to
that
all
little
those
kick.
other kids.
Yes,
And they
Lord. But
show that every year that he makes it to the playoffs. But that was shocking when I looked at it, and this is nothing against it. I said, okay, somebody's joking or checking stuff, and they said, nope,
nah,
it's
dude.
real, it's
It's
validated, it's
real.
him. And I was like, oh my God.
It
That's
is.
gotta be a man of yeah.
And he got
But
a deep voice too. He
yeah,
got the voice
that's
to go
different.
with the look. Oh yeah.
I can't think of the movie with Brad Pitt and Taraji Henson. With a man.
Benjamin Button. Benjamin
Yeah.
Button. I knew it's where you were going with that. I knew it. I
I
knew
said Mr.
Exactly.
Jeremiah, what is it? Mr. Jeremiah Benjamin
Benjamin
Buttons
Button.
Johnson.
No, man, that's
Congratulations,
rough.
sir.
Keep doing you though. Congratulations on winning that MVP, baby. Don't
That's right.
worry
Keep
about
doing
us.
your thing.
We just having a good time.
Yeah. Continue doing your thing. All right, Tanisha. So we gonna close. What you got? Until next time, what?
If we talking about it, you need to hear about it. And always be
Remember.
kind and be blessed.
Peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems on the Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.